Hey everyone, and welcome to the Biz English channel.
Hello. So great to be here.
Yeah, we are really excited for this one. And before we even get started, I want to remind you, if you're watching, to hit that subscribe button right now.
Definitely. And go ahead and like the video, too.
Exactly. We've got a really fun topic today, and we're going to want you to share your own opinions and experiences in the comments section below, so get ready for that.
Yes, please do.
So today, we are unpacking something that affects, well, pretty much everyone. We're looking at 8 incredibly common English grammar traps.
Oh, yeah. The classic traps.
Right. And these are mistakes that trip up absolute beginners, but also, really confident, fluent speakers.
Absolutely. But I think we need to frame this the right way from the start.
Okay, how so?
Well, this isn't just about giving you a list of rules to memorize. Like, we're not just crossing things out with a red pen here.
Oh, good. Because, honestly, nobody wants that.
Right. The goal is to look at the hidden mechanics of English. Each of these 8 mistakes actually represents a much broader aspect of how the language works.
So it's like peeking under the hood of a car.
Exactly. Once you understand why the engine works that way, it unlocks a whole new level of fluency. You stop guessing.
I love that. Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start right at the beginning of the day.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So let's talk about time. Imagine you're at the office, you're grabbing your coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and you're telling a coworker about your rushed morning.
Mm-hmm.
A phrase we hear constantly is someone saying, "Today morning I woke up late."
Oh, yeah. That is so common.
Right. But the natural phrasing is actually just this morning.
Yeah, this morning.
Yeah.
And, logically, today morning makes total sense to a lot of learners.
Because they're just translating it directly.
Exactly. Today is the day, morning at the time. You just snap those two concepts together. But English prefers the demonstrative this for the current day's morning.
Right. We don't say today morning, it's just this morning.
Yeah.
Which feels like a little quirk, but the time traps actually get a lot trickier than that.
Oh, they definitely do.
Like, imagine you're talking about a client from the past, and you say, "I met John 2 years before."
Ah, yes, 2 years before. When, of course, the correct version is, I met John 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Now, wait, I want to pause here.
Sure.
Because before and ago, like in my head, they basically mean the exact same thing.
They both deal with the past, yeah.
Right. So why does before fail so spectacularly there? Why is English so strict about it?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's about how English structures dependencies.
Dependencies, yeah.
The word before can't just float independently at the end of a thought. It actively requires a reference point.
Okay, what do you mean?
Like, you can't just say before and put a period. You have to specify before what? Before I graduated, before I got married.
Oh, I see. Before the meeting started.
Exactly. It demands an event to follow it. It's a relative time marker.
Okay, so ago, on the other hand.
Ago works completely independently. It anchors itself to the present moment automatically.
Right.
So 2 years ago just means 2 years backward from right now, the exact moment we're speaking.
Let me see if I can visualize this. Okay, imagine you're looking at a map on your phone.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Using the word ago is like dropping one of those standalone GPS pins on the map.
Mm-hmm.
It works perfectly on its own. You say 2 years ago, and boom, the pin drops. You know exactly where you are in time.
That's a fantastic analogy. Yeah.
But using before is like, it's like giving someone directions relative to a landmark. Like turn left before.
No, just stopping.
Right. If you don't name the landmark, the person is completely lost. I met John 2 years before. Before what?
Exactly. The listener's brain literally pauses, waiting for the rest of the sentence. It creates this unresolved grammatical tension.
Grammatical tension. I like that. You just leave them hanging.
Yeah, and when you leave that landmark out, the structure collapses.
That makes so much sense. Okay, so we've navigated time. Let's transition to, well, I like to call them the shapeshifters of the English language.
Oh, shapeshifters. I know exactly where you're going with this.
Yeah, words that completely change their job depending on where they sit in a sentence.
Right. The disguises words where.
So let's look at another scenario. You're in a meeting, you're looking at 2 different software options, and you ask, what's the difference?
Oh, wow. Such a subtle trap, but it happens all the time in professional settings.
It really does.
And the issue is that different is an adjective. It's designed to describe a noun, like a different car, a different strategy.
But in that sentence, you're asking for the actual thing itself.
Precisely. You aren't describing anything. You need the noun form.
Which is difference. With an ance at the end, what's the difference?
Right. You're asking someone to identify the tangible variance between the two things.
It's tricky because they sound so similar to the ear. Difference.
Very similar. But grammatically, you're shifting from a descriptor to a tangible concept.
Okay, but let's look at a much sneakier shapeshifter. I hear this one everywhere, even from like native level speakers.
Let's hear it.
You're looking at a syllabus and you say, this is a 6-month course.
Yeah, it just rolls right off the tongue for a lot of people.
It does. A 6 months course.
Uh,
Or, we just signed $1 million contract.
right.
But the correct version actually drops these entirely, right? A 6-month course.
Yes. And what's fascinating here is the mechanics behind it. Linguists call these compound modifiers.
Compound modifiers, okay.
That's a great example of those hidden rules we talked about. When an entire expression, like 6 months, groups together to describe a noun like course, it transforms.
So it stops being a noun.
Exactly. It stops functioning as a quantity of plural nouns and becomes a single unified adjective. It's modifying the main noun.
And in English, adjectives eat.
Adjectives absolutely do not take a pluralist.
Okay, wait, I need to stop you there because that feels so counterintuitive to me.
I know.
Like, there are clearly 6 of those months. It's obviously plural. Why does the as just vanish?
It feels like you're deleting essential information, right?
It feels completely wrong.
Well, think about the foundational rules for adjectives in English. The plural as is strictly forbidden in the adjective club.
Okay.
Let's use a standard color. We say a red car, right?
Right.
And if there are 2 of them, we say red cars, the noun gets the S. But we would never, ever say red's cars.
Red's cars.
Yeah.
No, oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds ridiculous.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because adjectives are completely immune to plurality in English. They don't change.
Wow. Okay, I've never thought about it like that.
So when 6 months decides it wants to act like an adjective to describe the course, it has to follow the adjective rules.
It has to shed its noun characteristics.
Yes. It drops the S. It becomes a singular descriptive unit.
It's almost like the phrase puts on a uniform to become an adjective.
That's a flawless analogy.
And it's strictly required to leave its plural as at the door. Like, you want to work as an adjective today. Hand over the S.
Yes. It changes uniforms to do a different job.
Okay, before we get to our next set of traps, we are officially halfway through our list, and we need to hear from you.
Yes, we do.
So I want you to pause the video right now, go to the comments section and tell us, which of these traps have you caught yourself saying?
Be honest.
Yeah, let us know right now. And of course, if you're finding this helpful, make sure you are subscribed to the Biz English channel.
Absolutely. You don't want to miss out on this kind of stuff.
Okay, so we just talked about word shifting from nouns to adjectives. Let's pivot slightly. Let's talk about verbs that are just incredibly needy.
Needy verbs. I like that.
Verbs that absolutely demand extra companions. So you imagine you're leaving a dinner party and you say to the host, "Thank you, I really enjoyed."
And then crickets. Just silence.
Exactly. The sentence just abruptly ends. I really enjoyed. It feels deeply incomplete.
Because it is.
The correct way is, I really enjoyed myself. Or, she enjoyed herself.
Right.
But why? Why can't we just enjoy as a standalone state of being? Why is it so needy?
So this brings us to a crucial structural category. Transitive versus intransitive verbs.
Okay, grammar terms. Break it down for us.
Well, specifically, we're talking about reflexive verbs here. In English, certain verbs unequivocally demand an object. You cannot just enjoy in a vacuum.
Oh, so the action has to be applied to something.
Yes, you can enjoy the meal, you can enjoy the movie, you can enjoy the conversation.
But if you don't mention the meal or the movie,
then you must grammatically specify that you experience the enjoyment internally. That's why we add the reflexive pronoun. Myself, herself, themselves.
Here's where it gets really interesting for me. I think about this like throwing a baseball.
Okay, sports analogy. Let's go.
So a verb like enjoy is the physical act of throwing the ball. But you can't just throw the ball into an empty void, right?
Right, that's not how catch works.
Exactly. The ball has to go somewhere. If there's a catcher standing there like the movie, you throw the ball to the catcher. I enjoyed the movie. The action lands safely. But what if there's no one else around? What if there's no external object in the sentence?
Well, then the energy of that action has nowhere to go. English doesn't like that.
Right. So you have to throw the ball straight up in the air and catch it yourself. You reflect the action back onto the subject. I enjoyed myself.
That is such a fantastic visualization. The action must land somewhere. It cannot evaporate into thin air.
It's so cool how that works.
It really is. Reflexive pronouns ensure that the grammatical equation balances out when there's no direct object. It's a fundamental structural requirement.
Okay, so English forces us to be overly specific with actions, making sure they land. But when it comes to abstract concepts, it forces us to do the exact opposite.
Ah, yes, the uncountables.
Right. Which is our next trap. Just as some verbs demand extra words, some nouns strictly reject them.
They want nothing to do with them.
Yeah. So you're checking your calendar, someone asks if you can chat, and you say, yes, I have a free time.
It sounds polite, but it's grammatically flawed.
Right. You have to drop the article completely. You just say, yes, I have free time. No, a.
Exactly, because time, in this overarching context, is an uncountable noun.
So for everyone watching, why is time so special that it rejects the word a?
Well, it's not just time. It's any abstract or fluid concept.
Like water.
Yes. Perfect analogy. You can have some water, or a lot of water, or a glass of water.
But you never look at a puddle on the ground and say, I have a water.
Right. Because it's a continuous substance. It's not an individual countable unit. And time works the exact same way.
It flows. You have some free time, but you can't have a single isolated unit of general time.
Precisely. You can count hours or minutes or seconds. Those are the glasses of water. They act as containers.
But the abstract concepts of time itself is the fluid.
Yes. And English demands that we treat fluid concepts differently than solid, discrete objects.
The fluid of the universe. Okay, that leads us seamlessly into the final set of mechanics we need to look at today.
The real chaos.
Yeah, words that actively deceive us with their spelling and their sound. We've done structure and grammar, but pronunciation and spelling, that's a minefield.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine you're frantically looking for your phone, and you message your friend, did you lose your cell phone? But you spell it Loosc.
A huge spelling trap, and it translates into a massive pronunciation trap, too.
It does, because the correct spelling for the action of misplacing something is Lose. Lose. One O.
Right. Loose, with two O's, is an adjective. It means not tight, like loose clothing.
Or loose screw. And the pronunciation is entirely different. With one O, it's a hard Z sound. Lose, not the soft E's of loose.
And this raises a really important point about learning English. People get so frustrated. Why are lose and loose spelled so similarly but pronounced so differently?
Because English is not perfectly phonetic, right?
Not even close.
It's not like Spanish where the letters reliably map to a specific sound every single time.
Exactly. English is essentially a historical mishmash. It has a Germanic base, but then you had the French invasion in 1066.
Right, bringing in all those Romance language influences.
Plus layers of Latin and Greek for academic terms. And to make matters worse, English went through the great vowel shift between the 14th and 18th centuries.
Oh, what's that?
It was this period where the pronunciation of vowels drastically changed across the language, but the spelling conventions largely stayed the same.
Wait, really? So the spelling is basically a fossil of how the word used to sound hundreds of years ago?
Yes. In many cases, it's a literal fossil.
That is wild.
So this means that spelling doesn't just change the sound slightly, it completely changes the comprehension for the listener. Your brain has to map that hard Z to misplacing something, and the soft is to being unfastened.
Which brings us to our final trap, and is entirely about that auditory comprehension.
Let's do it.
You're talking about a university program, and you say, this is an academic course.
Wait, say that again? How did you stress that?
I said academic. I put a heavy stress on the second syllable.
Right, and to a native ear, that immediately signals a disconnect. The stress must be in the middle of the word. It's academic.
Academic. Yeah, it actually feels completely different in the mouth when you say it that way.
It does. And, people might still understand you if you say academic based on the context.
Sure.
But shifting that stress to academic is what moves you from simply being understood to truly mastering the rhythm of the language.
Rhythm. That's a great word for it.
It really is a rhythm. In English, syllable stress isn't just like a decorative flourish. It's a core component of the word's identity.
So if you stress the wrong syllable, it can sound like a completely different word.
Or it just severely disrupts the listener's processing. It's that hidden mechanic of pronunciation. It's the music of the word.
The music of the word. I love that so much. And honestly, that brings us full circle perfectly.
It really does.
We've gone from the start of the day with this morning all the way through shape-shifting adjectives taking off their plural uniforms.
We covered needy, reflexive verbs playing catch with themselves.
Yes. And uncountable nouns flowing like water. And finally, the music and historical baggage of pronunciation.
It's been quite a journey.
It has. And I think it highlights that grammar isn't just this arbitrary list of random punishments designed by teachers, right?
No, it really isn't, even though I know it can feel that way when you're just memorizing rules from a textbook.
Right, without understanding the why. But it's a system. It's a set of highly logical, if occasionally quirky categories.
Absolutely.
Once you understand that 6-month drops its A's because it's playing for the adjective team, or that enjoy needs you to catch the ball, it stops being rote memorization.
It becomes a tangible tool.
A mechanism you can wield with confidence anywhere. Boardrooms, stages, emails.
Knowledge is always most valuable when it's understood fundamentally. When you understand the architecture of the house, you can start remodeling it to suit your needs.
Exactly. Well, we have unpacked a ton of valuable insight into the mechanics of English today. And remember, the goal isn't perfection. The goal is understanding the system so you can communicate with clarity and power.
Very well said.
Thank you. And a huge thank you to everyone tuning in to the Biz English channel today.
Yes, thanks for being here.
Before you go, we want to remind you one last time to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and drop a comment below right now. Tell us which of these rules surprised you the most.
We read all the comments, so definitely let us know.
We really do. And as we wrap up, my co-host here has a final thought for you to chew on.
I do. So as you go about your day, writing emails and speaking up in meetings, I want you to ponder this.
Okay, let's hear it.
If verbs like enjoy secretly demand a reflexive pronoun to catch their action, and a phrase like 6-month instantly loses its biz the moment it puts on an adjective's uniform, how many other invisible rules are silently governing the language you speak every single day without you even realizing it?